Welcome to the channel. If you're the first time joining, if you return, thank you for coming back. I just want to say thank you if you've been rocking out with this channel, bro. And 'cause I know it's a lot, and I know some people think I'm crazy. That's okay. You are entitled to your opinion. Some people use the discernment and see that something's just not right, and this is a lot. There's certain things that I would love to touch base on, but because of from a legal standpoint, there's certain things just can't be said. You can't just come out here and just start wilding out and show my emotions, my raw emotions, because then you'll really think I'm crazy, and you know we don't need that. But it hurts and it sucks, and you know sometimes I'm gonna tell you like this. I really found out who my friends and family were, bro, through this. And y'all have been rocking with me, bro. Y'all are my friends and family now. I know I may never see you or never meet you ever, but just you being here, showing your support, and I just want to let you know it's appreciated. And with that said, let's jump off into this, man, bro. Like, these folks playing with the court documents again, and they're trying to avoid the inevitable at all costs. When you're going up against these entities and stuff like that, they got unlimited resources, bro, and they can just pretty much do whatever they want to. And they haven't come across anybody that has actually stood 10 toes down and faced them, bro, and beat them at their own game. Remember, if you're suing a government entity, state, county, whatever, doesn't matter what type, anybody operating under color of law, you're playing in their court. They got home field advantage, and they're gonna cheat. They're gonna do everything. They're gonna pay people off. They're gonna cheat. They're gonna break rules. They're gonna just do whatever they want to. And if you just don't, I won't say crash out. If you don't just put in all you got, you're not gonna win. And I want to say this: if you're going through a legal battle and you're trying to do it on your own, bro, don't give up. The most important thing is not giving up and doing your research. All right. So with that said, let's jump off into it. So I was trying to check the status of. You got another sticky pad? Hey.
I'll ask her to give her a signature. And then what to do with them then? We're good. Okay.
Cap. So I want to check the status of the last
George, Tommy.
You already got it?
I mean,
The last ruling on that case, because nothing's generating in Peach Court, Odyssey or anything like that. I got several other cases I want to look up, but I need to know that one for sure.
okay.
A few moments later.
That's the last one we received was the summons in October.
You holding her hand?
But you said, was there another filing?
Did you put petitioner down on there too?
Yeah, like a ruling. There was a hearing that was had. There was no ruling that shows up that's generating in the system. The last thing that shows it should be an amended complaint. That's it.
Last court date was November.
Yeah, but there's nothing after. There's no ruling. There's nothing that's shown in the system.
What is that? Put it on your head.
You are,
Just a citizen. I'm looking at public information.
I'm saying, so I can tell you who you might need to contact. Are you on this case?
I'm just a citizen.
Okay, so what is it that you need to know?
The ruling on the last hearing that was had, because the only thing that shows, the last thing that shows is amended complaint, and that's it.
Yeah, but I mean, there is no ruling right now. The judge, this case hasn't been finalized.
So it hasn't been finalized yet. The hearing was back in November, though.
You don't talk.
The judge hasn't finalized.
And what about those summonses? Like this, those haven't been put in the system or anything like that. Yeah, there was some summons ordered in that same case. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that's showing up on Peach Court.
I mean, we have the summons and stuff that was sent.
The whole purpose of this visit was to see if the summons actually got sent over to Henry County Superior Court.
Sí, te puedes sentar ahí. Tómame. No, le llega el internet.
And I have 2 more for the summons that's not generating in the system. But that case is still pending and open, right?
This case is still open.
Yeah. We can just look up these 2 then. Same thing. These 2 recently, well, you can look up that one first. Recently had a summons issue, but nothing's showing up in the system.
A few moments later.
I'm trying to get see if I can see like some other information, but I mean all these cases is just showing that the summons.
Yeah, but all right, that was the last thing that was put in, right? But it's not showing up in the system though, like on Peace Court or anything. That's
I mean, you could look in case management.
Yeah.
In here, and you can search all those case numbers, and it'll show you the case management. So it's like
Is there do you guys have a website to correspond with? No, I mean not website, email for the clerk courts, because it's hard to get anybody on the phone.
If you go to, I'm gonna say you go.
I don't mean to backtrack, but that first one, all it's showing is the amended complaint is the last thing that's shown in the system, or?
But I'm in this case
Yeah,
now.
yeah. But before, like, what did it show was the last one?
I mean, the last thing that was filed into, the summon paperwork was filed into it again. Like,
Yeah.
you want that one reserved.
Yeah.
So that's the last thing. You go to our county website, you can look up any person from the court and information, whoever you're looking for.
But no, like, instead of me coming down here now, right, if I can't find it, do you have an email? Because, calling you guys and stuff like that is, it's kind of hard. It's hard to get you guys on the phone.
An email? I mean, you can go, again, on our county website, wherever you're trying to reach, there's a civil website. So
Maybe not
that goes distributed to the civil department. It'll say email for who?
for any one of you guys that's up here. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, this is the best way.
the best way? That'd be the best way?
County website.
Okay. And okay. All right. So as far as the summons, that's the last thing that's showing up. And what would be the reason for it not generating on Peach Court?
I'm not sure. Whatever.
Do I need this or no?
I don't know if that's how Campbell
I'll take it. I'll get it off and
if they
throw it in the dang what's called.
everything is recorded from Peach Court. But you may not be able to see all the documents that you may would like, but there's case management. That's how I'm telling you
Yeah.
search the cases through there. Ma'am, give me one moment. I'll be right with you.
Okay.
Diamond, will you have a moment? Can you come help me? I can't find it.
It's just trippy how the summons is not, and it was before. Now all of a sudden it's not showing up, and it was like.
I mean, it's in the case. It's just probably not. They just haven't been served yet.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever.
I
That's
need to
down the sheriff's department. They will assist you better with that.
So, the whole point was just to see if the summons actually got sent in and was put into the system, which it wasn't. It wasn't showing up on Peach Court, and now it is. But this young lady, she was really helpful. Not gonna put her down or anything like that. And one thing I definitely noticed is all new staff in there. Like all the clerks that was in there before, I don't know whether they got fired, whether they quit, or what's going on with that. But it's all new staff, like a whole. So that right there, I don't know. It's odd. So we have verified that the summons did actually get sent to the clerk courts, but at the time when you went on Peace Court or Odyssey or anywhere else, there's a couple search engines or case management, it was not showing up. So there was no way to download it or or receive a copy of it at all. The only other way you can get it is right there at the clerk court's office. So yeah, so the next step was screw it, let's just get a copy here now. Let's just get a copy. right? Because this is public information. You can go get it. You can go look up everything about any of these cases. Matter of fact, hit that description box below. All the case numbers will be there. You can read the whole case if you want to. This is not. They don't want it to be. They want it to be a secret. It is not a secret. It is public record now. Okay. So let's check out the rest of this. So I need the summons that was issued in all these cases right here.
I'm sorry?
I said I need the summons that were issued in all these cases right here.
You need the summons?
Yes, because it's not generating on Peach Court.
Did you select for it to generate? Or you're not sure?
Should have been generated. I've been doing it a little while.
Huh?
I've been doing it a little while. It's for some reason it's not.
Because usually if you click coordinated by the clerk, then it'll do the summons. Let me see your case number.
Can't help it. There's nowhere to put it.
It's your case or are you doing it for someone else?
Maybe come to get to that.
I mean, does it matter? Like,
I can't hear you.
I said, does that matter?
It does matter.
It does.
It's not going to prevent you from getting the documents.
Okay.
But I'm just asking so I know what to tell you
Okay.
to help you.
Okay, I just need the summons. I mean, it hasn't been. It's already been paid for. It has not generated in the system. Done it plenty of times before. For some reason,
It's not an issue.
Yeah, okay, it's not showing.
I'm just
up.
asking.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I'm just saying it's not showing up. It's
I
not.
guess it's the way that you're saying that
Yeah.
when I'm here to help you.
I know I had issues up here before, and I honestly, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I really don't trust anybody in this building at all. So yeah, I mean, I know. Yeah, that's you know what I mean. So
we fresh.
yeah,
over here.
all right.
Okay.
Y'all are new. There's a lot of new people in here.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I've had issues with people playing with paperwork and stuff like that. So
For my daughter, did this along with the Henry Carroll.
It's her case. That's
Yeah,
her case.
that's hers.
That's daughter's case.
And then
I
this is
apologize.
mine.
It's okay.
I already,
this
she was
one,
able to pull the next court date, and so I'm submitting this along.
you need a
with
summons
Henry.
for
I
everybody.
didn't-
It should already.
So you can see. I didn't click yes, I didn't click
so
anything. When I go to click next, it tells me I
it should already be
Because I
issued
know most
recently.
cases have a respondent and a petitioner, but it won't let me move forward.
But it's just not showing up on Peach Court. That's already been paid
I've been
for.
trying to do it for like 40 minutes
The
now.
most recent one for this one is October 15th.
That's means. There's another one for sheriff. For sheriff.
It has the sheriff on here too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna print it so you tell me what if it's right or not.
So. It's not. Yes. Can sheriff's office? No. No. It should be. That's what I'm saying. It's not. It hasn't generated.
Did
No.
you file something recently?
Yeah. It should be for Skindred. Should be for the sheriff. Not all these are already. It should be.
Now that's just one of them. So if it's not the one you need, then I'm gonna look at the other one. You're looking for the one that says sheriff instead of sergeant. This one says sergeant.
Yeah, because that can't be. That can't be. Some of that one. That can't be either. No, it hasn't generated. This is old. It's old right here. Yeah, this is for October. This is old.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
this
what I'm
is
saying.
old.
The
Yeah, no,
last
no, no,
one
no,
that
no,
we
no.
have is in October.
No, there's a new one. That's what I'm saying. It's not generating in the system. What about the Yeah, that's a new one. This I don't even. I should just look this straight at date. Yeah, this is old.
Do you know when you submitted it? Was it in October or after?
All this stuff should be recent.
When you say recent though, that's what I'm asking. The
Like
last
this
thing that's
month.
on here is November 8th.
Yeah. No. That's.
So
should
was
be,
it after that?
Yeah, definitely.
Then we have
It's-
not received it. And it must have been rejected if it wasn't accepted.
All of them were accepted. I've been
You
doing
have
this for-
the email that I can
No,
see?
I don't. No, I don't have that on me right now.
So you don't have the email that shows
No,
it was
right now.
accepted?
Not on me right now.
He
Okay.
said probably gonna have it, so I asked him for his info so I could find out. I was gonna have him go look it up. He just don't use a citizen. I was gonna look it up, had him look it up and see.
You have the cash pay for it anyway.
So the last thing we have is November 8th.
No,
I can help you moving forward, but I need to see the email so I can, I mean, there's not any documents that were received after the end.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
But if you're saying that you submitted them and you're sure about that, then I need to see the email so I can see if it's on this case, is it on another case?
Okay, there should be something for you.
So
If
I'm
you're
just gonna-
so you're not seeing nothing. A recent summons that was issued on that first
For
case
this
right there.
one. I don't see anything that's filed after November 8th.
I'm gonna go to the next one, please.
I'm going to the next one.
Please.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Now, if you go back and rewatch, right, from the first lady, first clerk, she already broke it down and let the summons is already in the system. I just really wanted to get the printout. You know what I'm saying? And anybody can get it. Once it becomes public record, anybody has access to it. You don't have to provide an ID, an identification. You don't have to identify yourself. Why would you try to identify a person so hard, right? See, the thing is, just like in Henry County Jail, they have audio and video surveillance over everything. So anything that you say, and you're on camera, obviously, can be used against you in a court of law, right? We're in their house. I don't know how they would use it. Not trying to find out. You know what I'm saying? But she was playing games. She had it right there on the screen, and I noticed she was lying. But I'm just showing y'all, like, this is the type of games that they play. You see what I'm saying? Why are you trying to identify a person so much? You know, and it's not the first time. If you go back to them tampering with documents before, that's all they're trying to do. Because you're in. Listen, if you have a lawsuit on these people, you're going to be in their courthouse. You're going to be in their. They have home field advantage. They're the one that's handling all the paperwork. Especially if you're suing a state. That's a state. They're state employees. Right? They take, oh boy, but just, and then she laughed. Really just wanted to walk out, honestly, at that point, because it just let me know that she was lying. I was like, all right, cool, I ain't worried about it. But I said, you know what? I need to show the people this is the type of games that these folks play. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, let's continue.
Okay, so which one you looking for on here? Or
Same
just
thing,
the
summons.
last?
The summons.
I meant, was it for a specific defendant?
It was all, I believe it was all of them.
The last thing submitted was received October 22nd.
Yeah, everything's current. It's this month.
And when, so you submitted it this month? What day? Was it a week ago?
No, it wasn't. No.
That will be good to know.
There's a holiday, Martin Luther King's Day. Y'all was closed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that might have something to do with it. 'Cause
Whether it
normally-
was accepted or not?
No,
yeah,
not
because we
that.
weren't here.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me just a second. I'm gonna make copies.
Okay, thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Keep this.
Okay.
The last one for Hampton has a summons on December 7th.
Yeah, no, so that's what I'm saying. That's exactly why. So I said there's nothing else. Nothing is current. Nothing is showing current.
What I'm saying is I haven't received anything after the dates that I've provided to you.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything that's been accepted. It doesn't mean you didn't submit it. But if it's not accepted, then it's not going to show up in our system. So that's what I was saying. Do you have the emails so I can look at and see what they said? Because if they did reject them, we can see why.
They weren't rejected. They weren't. So that's why I don't trust
They
people.
weren't rejected.
No, that's why I don't.
So how do you know that?
Thank you so much for your time. All right. So let me explain some things so that way you hopefully you get upset. Let me explain some things that way you understand what was going on, right? So the first clerk gave me the proper information, let me know what was going on. Still wasn't generating the system, but it's okay because now I know this in their hands is just going to probably be a while before it actually goes into the system whenever they feel like doing it or entering the proper paperwork into the system for the summons, right? And then the second one, she started playing games, and I already knew something was like, no, just go along with it and see where she's going with it, right? And yeah, all she was trying to do was try to identify somebody. Like, are you a planner for you to? Oh, it's gonna determine whether I give you the information. And I know it doesn't, because just like you watching right now, you can go online and go pull up all this stuff yourself, and you ain't got to see or talk to nobody or identify yourself. Nothing. You go in there, log in, get what you need, and go on about your business. They are nothing but pretty much, I'm gonna say like librarians when you go to the library. But actually in the library, you got to give your library card to get a book, but that's a little different. But the librarians over court records, right? Now the only way that you can get court information is if it was redacted. As soon as anything is filed in a case, it doesn't matter what it is, you can get it. You can go online and look it up and get it. It might have to cost for a printout or something like that, but you have access to it. Here's the thing, they have video and audio in those courthouses and everywhere, you know, throughout the whole buildings, all those state, county, most of those buildings have cameras everywhere, right? And yeah, that's why she was like, oh yeah, you got the email listen, it's right there on the screen. Oh, girl just told me that it's in the system. I know that it's in the system. You over here playing some games and stuff like that, and you don't want to print it out. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, let's look at this paperwork, and this is extremely frustrating because they're hit and they know they're hit, and I'm gonna break that down too. But let's look at this right quick so you understand. Excuse me, it'll help you better understand how frustrating this could be. Okay, so let's review the court docket. So this is the case number right here. If you want to look it up, you just go into case search, punch that in, and it's for Henry County Superior Court, and everything should pop up just like this. So as you can see, these are all the defendants in the case. There's a bunch of them. If you come across a situation where, like, let's say you have an officer or city or state employee that you are filing against and you don't know their name, you could put them as a John Doe or as a Jane Doe. That way you still reserve the right to sue them until you find out their name. So this is what's going on. So we're trying to get this summons, right? In the last amended complaint that was filed, but it wasn't generating in the system at all. So let's go up here, and you can see that throughout this case, the summons was issued multiple times. All you see is summons, right? So this is where the Henry County Sheriff Office robbed the plaintiff again, right? And I'm gonna show you in the law. The Sheriff's Department was supposed to issue the summons to themselves, but they can't do. Now here's why. In the law, it states right here, commencement of action and service, right? By whom served, right? Pretty much the county, the sheriff of the county where the action is brought and where the defendant is found by such sheriff's the deputy, right? But since Henry County Sheriff's Department is a defendant in the case, it says a person who is not a party, so they can't serve themselves. You can't do that. So the main issue he was having was this stuff wasn't in the system. Now it is all of a sudden, right? Now prior to that, there was a hearing held. I'm gonna bring your attention to this. There was a hearing held. It is called a, there it goes, Nisi hearing. So a Nisi hearing is some Latin term, pretty much for a show of cause. The Department of Administrative Service, can't even get that right. The Department of Administrative Service was made a defendant in this case. they filed a motion to dismiss based on, you know, several things, and that's what the hearing was for. Now that hearing was held back in November, right? November 10th, right? That was the last heard of it. Now I'm gonna show you something. Whenever you're filing motions and it takes a really long time for them to rule on it, that means that you got some nuggets there. You got something good going, right? So in this case, the Department of Administrative Services, one of their employees lied on record, and the complainant caught it and showed it. Well, you know, put that it's in the complaint, right, on a government document, which is crazy. Amended complaint, added that to it, and haven't heard anything back. So the case is still pending. Here it is. That was back in November. Here it is January. Still haven't heard a ruling on that yet. We're going to touch bases on that, right? So when it comes down to filing against, let's go back up to the top real quick. Filing against Henry County Sheriff's Office, you cannot. Not the office itself. You have to add the sheriff of the county as a defendant to the case. Here's why. All sheriffs, sheriff deputies, coroners, jailers, constables, and other officers shall be held liable in all actions and disabilities which occur within respect to the manner of bringing, relating, or concerning to the respective offices. So you have to add them, and all deputies shall be liable and ruled attached in the same way as the manner of the sheriff. However, the liability of the sheriff is not affected by any such proceeding against his deputies, and the same is not affected. So pretty much what it's saying is that the action of a deputy or a sheriff, for the sheriff of the whole county, they can be held liable for, you know, whatever conduct took place. And since they're the sheriff and they're elected official, that makes the county also liable, and whoever else is the county employee that was involved in this particular suit. Now let's look over here this other case. Now these summons weren't generating in the system as well. And another thing that was crazy, because this lawyer took a leave of absence right after some of the summons was getting issued and was getting to where they're supposed to be getting. Yeah, and then all of a sudden he took a leave of absence, and then some more summons got issued, so the rest of the defendants could get properly served. And then you can see through this, from March of 2025, a whole bunch of summons have been issued. A whole bunch of them, right? So just wanted to show you that and show you the frustration and how they play with the paperwork and stuff like that. There is something else I'm going to touch bases on, but yeah, we're going to get okay. So let me go ahead and break some things down so I can explain to you how all this is just a bunch of shenanigans and these people are hit, right? So there is a lawsuit against the city of Hampton, right? That's one municipality, the county, and the state, right? There's 3 separate lawsuits filed, but they should all be consolidated together. But if you file separate lawsuits, but if they happen in the same occurrence, or they happen in one transaction, then you can consolidate all of those cases into one case, right? But you have to have served each of the defendants in the case in order for that to happen. So this is where they're so hit, right? The plaintiff, granted, it's a pro se plaintiff, not an attorney, right? This is where they messed up completely. The city of Hampton, the arresting officer made an illegal arrest, didn't have proper cause to make a stop, right? Was hit from right there. When he was incarcerated, they didn't bring the at the time the defendant, well now the plaintiff, didn't bring him before a magistrate judge within 48 hours. Hit. That throws the whole case out, right? Unless you could find some type of probable cause. But if you violate due process right, that's just a wrap. Now after that, the case was supposed to get dismissed. Now, when they had the first hearing, there was no probable cause hearing. That's another due process violation, right? Some of you may not know what due process violation is, but matter of fact, let's roll this clip, and that way it gives you a better understanding how that's supposed to go.
So what are you pulling over for? She's driving while black?
The second one is I was wondering if we could revisit PC on Miss Reeves, Miss Groves. I'm sorry.
This is the
Failure to ID. Yes.
On April 2nd, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, the law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop and made contact with you. Upon requesting identification from the defendant stated he did not have his own identification, wrote her name, and did that the officer could not confirm. The law enforcement officer eventually matched the vehicle registration to the defendant's driver's license. The problem here, if I remember correctly, that he asks her to give name, date of birth. She writes something different. That's not her identifying information. Yes, Your Honor.
I think the issue with probable cause, Your Honor, is under the statute, she needs to be lawfully stopped, and there's no justification for the stop.
Oh, I guess I didn't even think about it. Well, what was the stop for? Did you tell me? I don't remember.
Your Honor, the only thing I have in the DEMS is that it says law enforcement officer self-initiated traffic stop.
Oh, I can't believe I missed it.
Okay.
So what do you pull her over for?
Did
She driving while black? No. Okay, no problem. We'll call.
Okay, great. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you guys, I ain't gonna hold you up, man. I just wanted to touch base with y'all on that, man. There's so much crap that didn't happen, man. And I know a lot of this legal stuff is kind of like, yeah, whatever, but it is there's a lot of money on the line. And all my friends and family turned against me, bro. I'll tell you, if you want to know like a little bit more about in depth about this crazy crap, man, check the description box below. I think here there's so much I want to say, but for legal reasons I'm just like, been threading on a thin line, been riding on a thin line already, on a thin ice, boy. This is insane. It's never been done before. Matter of fact, let's look at the funds right quick. Let's look at how much money is on the line, and I'll let you be the judge of what you think would happen if you was in this situation. All right, so we're gonna go on up to the top so I can show you the case number and stuff like that, and when it was filed. I'm gonna scroll on down to page 16 because that's where the claim for relief is at. And whenever you're filing this stuff, you have to make sure you put your claim for relief and you're saying what the defendants did wrong and what you're asking for, right? Make sure you do that because they can dismiss your complaint based on failure to state claim, which relief can be granted. So that's very important. So that's like the open records request violation. There's some more violations in there, and it's pretty much just laying out, hey, look, this is what they did, this is why, this is what the law states, and just based off that right there, it'll be summary judgment. And there goes the funds. This is what's on the line right there. And I mean, people would kill or set somebody up for less, you know what I mean? A lot of people won't see this much money in their whole lifetime, and if the jury awards this to the plaintiff, yeah, probably never have to work again if he didn't want to. Even if the plan was just to get half of what they're asking for, it's still, you know what I mean, it's crazy because just all the stuff they did. So, you know, I just want you to wrap your mind around that, and not to mention other pending lawsuits, not even showing how much funds is in those in itself. So